Uprising in Russia and Bakhmut fortress. This is What About Ukraine channel, day 372, March the 2nd, 2023. Another attempt to divert the attention of the world community from the war in Ukraine in the most unsuccessful way was carried out this morning. Either it was a prepared action for yet another baseless accusation of Ukraine, or rebel groups really broke out in Russia, or maybe the Russian volunteer corps really began to act openly. Details, unfortunately, are unlikely to be seen or heard from either side in the near future, and it looked more funny than true. If you soberly look at the events of the last day, for the first time in the last 2 months, the situation in the Bakhmut region was stabilized. Of course, it is difficult to call it exactly stabilization, because every day the enemy covers with artillery and fires every meter of the city, razing everything to the ground. And the boys and girls who stand in defense of Bakhmut do heroic deeds and with their own lives choose additional time for the preparation of Ukrainian spring and Ukrainian retaliation. However, many units of territorial defense continue to arrive in the city, which are transferred to this direction, strengthening and refreshing the forces already present here. This is also happening in a line with additional supplies of ammunition, food, water, and everything else that our defenders need in this direction. This whole situation is becoming more and more like a story about the heroic resistance of 300 Spartans. The Persian million-strong army is represented here by the Russian invaders, with mercenaries of the Wagner group. These mercenaries are like a myth about the immortals in the army of Xerxes, who were feared, and even it came to battles, it turned out that also they are better equipped, and with more experience, they are still the same people, and therefore cannot be omnipotent. Thanks to the correct command, they were able to build a reliable defense line around the city, which, just like the Spartan phalanx, restrains the enemy, doesn't allow them to advance, and the Russian army breaks against it like waves against a rock. This is confirmed again and again by the losses of the enemy. More than 150,000 personnel, more than 10,000 units of armored vehicles, a third of which are tanks, more than 3,000 pieces of artillery, 3,000 aircrafts, and almost 300 helicopters. All in just 1 year of active operation after a full-scale offensive. Around the Bakhmut fortress, the enemy is trying to create an informational struggle by spreading fakes and misinformation to destabilize the mood and situation in the city. Even the leader of the so-called pianists, Prigozhin, began a throw in information about the alleged capture of the city center. But probably he forgot that in 21st century everyone could immediately check his fakes about exact places in this city. But regardless of anything, thanks God, there can be no hunchback in the Bakhmut who will lead the through some secret ways and create treason. On the other hand, just as the Spartans gave time to unite all of Greece and defeat the Persians, so the extraordinary efforts of the defenders of Bakhmut give time and opportunities to the collective West to accelerate the supply of the necessary amount of weapons, vehicles, and ammunition in order to completely turn the situation in the war. And that is all for today. Don't forget to smash like button, be sure to subscribe to our channel and leave your comments below the video. Those who want to support our channel, there is also a few links which will help us to work more and more to make more and more news for you. Stay tuned, stay safe. Glory to Ukraine. Slava Ukraini!